Hello, I'm John Malos, and welcome to Connect with Me here on Me TV Fresno, live on Comcast Cable Channel 187 and 43.6. Today, we've got a special guest, Albert Gonzales from Act One. If you're unemployed and have been for quite some time, you may want to call in, you may want to ask a question, you may want to watch. That's next, right here on Connect with Me. Welcome back to Connect with Me. I'm John Malos. You're watching us live here from the showroom floor at Ventura TV, where each and every day, Monday through Saturday, you can get a special deal on your appliance. And we're live here every morning, Monday through Friday at 10:30. You can watch the replay tonight on Comcast and 43.6 at 7:30 in the evening. And of course, if you want to connect with us, we'd love for you to connect with us. We want to connect with you, Facebook, Twitter. And today's topic, you may want to call in. It's 559-265-4331 is the number to call. Outside the area code 1-800-717-1302. Now, the email and the Ustream is not quite up yet. We're trying to work the kinks out, so that's going to be up shortly. So we're trying to work on that and get all that straightened out so you can watch us live from your computer. If you're in your little work cubicle and your boss is like just a few feet away and he doesn't know what you're doing. Anyway, we don't encourage that, but it's just a little suggestion for you. Anyhow, today's topic is unemployment. Those people that have been on the beach looking for a job for a long period of time and have been very unsuccessful. The ones who maybe have lost their homes, lost their jobs, and are struggling financially right now to support their families. We're going to be talking to Albert Gonzales. He is a specialist from Act One, the temp agency right here in the city of Fresno. They're located at Bullard and Palm. They've been around 17 years in the city of Fresno. They have about 8 employees. Their specialty is helping people get back into the workplace after they've been displaced. We all know about the economy. The 8.3 unemployment rate around the nation, 17.9 right here in the Central Valley. And of course, in the state of California, it is roughly 10.9%, the unemployment rate. So if you've been displaced, if you're down on your luck, if you've had bad luck, if you've sent out 150 or 200 resumes and you've been unsuccessful so far, perhaps Albert Gonzales from Act One, a temp agency, can help you. Stay tuned. We're back in a moment here on Connect with Me.
Ventura TV Appliance Center. We're the save energy, save time, save money place. The Energy Star qualified, ready steam equipped, high efficiency Frigidaire affinity place. You heard right. Right now, save big on select Frigidaire laundry pairs and pay no interest when paid in full within 6 months. At the hometown low price, think outside the big box place. Since 1951, Ventura TV Appliance Center. We're working hard to be your place.
Welcome back to Connect with Me. I'm John Malos. You're watching us live on Comcast Cable Channel 187 and 43.6. And if ever there was a day to call in, perhaps today would be the day to call in on our program, especially if you're watching and you're unemployed. Facebook and Twitter, we've got the questions. Also, dial 559-265-4331. We have Albert Gonzales from Act One standing by, ready to take your questions because he works for Act One. It's a temp agency. He might be able to help you get back on track, get back into the workplace. Maybe you've sent several hundred resumes out, no luck. Albert, welcome. And if someone is out there watching and they have done exactly that, sent those resumes out, not even a response, not even a trickle of a response, what do you tell them? How can you help them?
There's a couple different ways that we can help them. First, by sending us their resume, we can bring them in for an interview. We can go over their resume, find out maybe there's something wrong with the way that it is edited, or maybe there a lot of common mistakes are misspelling.
So you're talking about fine-tuning their resume And what are some of the common mistakes? Can you go over those for us?
A lot of the times people are just putting down too much information. They're not bullet pointing what they're actually doing. So employers don't really like to read paragraphs about what somebody does.
You're talking about bullet points on things that people have done, not what they're doing now, because what they're doing now, they're looking for work.
Yeah,
so
as far as
you're talking
work
about
experience.
their work history is what you're talking about?
Work history and work
What are
experience.
some of the other mistakes that they make on the resume, Albert?
They don't put the accurate dates. That's one of the biggest things.
Really?
People that are currently looking for work, they still put that they're presently employed with different places, things like that. They don't have references as well.
Okay, so don't lie on your resume, right?
That's definitely something you don't want to do.
Do you find people that maybe they stretch the truth just a little bit on that resume?
That happens quite often.
Is that right?
That does.
And can employers find out? Explain how they can find out, perhaps, if you're stretching it just a little bit.
With us and everybody that comes through our office, we go through their background. We also check their references and things like that. Not a lot of employers do that. So on our end, we go ahead and do that for the employer as far as checking backgrounds, making sure dates match what their position was there. A lot of the times, too, people might put a different position that they necessarily didn't have.
What happens, though, if they left the job under shady conditions and they didn't leave on good terms, let's say, with their previous boss or their employers, and they can't get a reference? What happens then? What do you do?
Most of the time, people can at least get us 2 references. Our standard is that we at least get 2 positive references. So we're going to keep going back as far as we have to get positive references on the people that come into our office.
Right. Now, you get some of those people that haven't worked in a long time. Mm-hmm. Do you get a common question from, say, employers, well, why hasn't he or she been working the last 8 or 9 months? Is that a common question?
That is a common question. I mean, that's something that we
What do you do to try to fix that?
Again, it's all depends on what the industry is. For example, construction in this area is not as prevalent as it once used to be. So it just kind of depends on what kind of job someone's looking for. Some of the things could be explained. If somebody was going to school, maybe that's why they have gaps in their employment, because they were finishing education and then they wanted to go into a different field. So there is some explanations that could be explained.
Does it raise a red flag, though?
It does. It does. I mean, when you first see something with a couple years of gaps, I mean, it makes you wonder, is somebody actively looking for a job, or are they just, not looking?
Right. But in some cases, it could be unfair, too, because that person could be actively looking, could be on unemployment insurance, mm-hmm. and yet getting no bites from anyone.
It could be. And again, that's where we would have to bring them in. Again, there's little techniques. I mean, there's certain things that they could do on their resume to help make it more visible.
Yeah. Now, what are some of the common mistakes that people make when they go into an interview?
People tend to get nervous. They tend to shy up, not really talk, or they tend to oversell themselves. As far as getting shy, people don't like to talk about themselves, especially someone who's been working for a company for 5-10 years. Yeah. Now they're back into it. One of the things that we do to help them is we can help them with interviewing, coaching them.
Really?
Right before an interview. They can come in, we can ask them a couple of questions, give them tips on how to dress. Again, it's for some people it's new. They haven't done this for years, so it is a little bit of a uncomfortable situation.
Yeah, they get the sweaty palms, and when they shake hands like this, it's all wet, and they get sweat up here dripping down. I've done that before. Anyway, it's a very uncomfortable feeling, I know.
It can be.
So as long as we got a couple of minutes here, let me just run a test here. I know we're live, but imagine I'm unemployed, okay, and you're going to do a test run on an interview. Go ahead and take your first shot, or your best shot.
Your best shot.
Yeah.
Okay. John, how are you doing today?
Pretty good. Thank you. How are you?
Good. Thanks for coming in.
Oh, no problem.
I see on your resume that you have quite extensive experience in being an anchor.
Yes, I do, Albert. Yes.
Are you still currently wanting to stay in that field? Are you looking for something?
Yes and no.
Yes and no. Can you kind of elaborate?
I know that's not a good answer. But these are the common things. That,
Mm-hmm.
but you would actually. This is kind of an informality,
Mm-hmm.
the way we did it here. But when you sit somebody down, you actually go through the interview process as if they're interviewing with a potential boss.
Correct. Correct. They sit down, they interview with us. Again, employers come to us to find the top talent. So we go out, we recruit. We use different methods to recruit people. We call them in, we bring them in for interviews. I'm going to go through their work history, their experience. I'm also going to pull out different things that they've done.
Yes.
And
do you have a standardized format for that that's accepted across the industry for interviewing, or?
It's all depends per company.
Okay. All right. Now, how long have you been with Act One?
I've been with Act One for 6 months. Prior to that, I was recruiting for a bank.
All right. And we're going to get into, in the next segment, of course, talking about how many potential employees that you run across each month at Act One.
Okay.
You're located at Bullard and Palm, and we should give out the telephone number. What's the number there, Albert?
It's 559-435-8762.
Okay, 559-435-8762. Okay, Albert Gonzales from Act One. We're going to come back in a moment and ask him some more questions about those people who are unemployed, looking for a job. They're located at Palm and Bullard. It's a temp agency. They might be able to help you. And remember, you can call in and ask a question to Albert. 559-265-4331. See, we've been doing the show less than a week, and I already have that number memorized. We're back in a minute.
Ventura TV Appliance Center. We're the save energy, save time, save money place. The Energy Star qualified #1 rated high-efficiency Cabrio from Whirlpool Place. You heard right. Right now, save big on select Whirlpool Cabrio laundry pairs and pay no interest when paid in full within 6 months. At the hometown low price, think outside the big box place. Since 1951, Ventura TV Appliance Center. We're working hard to be your place.
Welcome back to Connect with Me here on Me TV Fresno. I'm John Malos. You're watching us live on Comcast 187 and 43.6. We're glad to have you along on this. Wow, it's Thursday morning already. I can't believe it. Watch the replay tonight at 7:30. We're talking with Albert Gonzales, Act One. All right, how many people, we know what the unemployment rate is, how many people have you seen come through your doors each month looking for a job?
An average, every month we see about 150 people, all of our staff.
Okay, seriously now, I mean, there aren't that many jobs out there that are available. Things are not opening up as much as we want them to, even across the nation, across the state, let alone here in the Central Valley where the unemployment rate is 17.9%. Okay, how many of those 150 can you actually land a job?
What we do is, again, we see about 150 people a month, and it just depends, and this is kind of like an industry standard. One agency could be recruiting for something specific at one time, as far as maybe accounting, nursing, different things like that. So when we bring in people, we have a need. As far as placement, we want to be at about 40% that we place. Every month we want to be at about 40% of people that we place.
Have you been able to place 40% in the last, say, year or two?
Not in the last year or two, no.
It's down. So what's the percentage of people that you're able to land in terms of job opportunities?
Right about now, I think we're at about 25.
20%. Explain, give me the long version. Explain why.
Okay. Again, here we see about 150 people every month. So what that means is, on average, we're taking about 40 to 50 job orders. So you're an employer calling in, looking for people to bring in. We bring in the people, we interview them, we match their skill set with the job orders that we have. Again, we could be recruiting for something that another agency is not. So if we're having 40 job orders, there is a lot of signs that business is picking up again. We have agricultural.
Well, what's the reason for only the 20% success rate in landing those people on the job market?
Again, right now there's so many people unemployed. I mean, the numbers are going to be exaggerated. However, we can place 20% of the people that come into our office. Again, it's just right now there's way too many people looking for work, 2 jobs that are out there. However, in the last 3 months, we've been able to place 125 people, 2 jobs.
Okay, what's the number one, say, career that people are looking to get into now? Has it changed over the last year or two, or are people still looking for the same type of work?
No, actually, I mean, there's a lot of people that are going back to school to try to get into different fields. With some of the areas that are always going to be in high demand are such things as nursing, the medical industry, accounting is always going to be a big industry that people want to get into.
Right. All right. Our telephone number here is 265-4331. If you want to ask Albert a question, no calls yet. But I want to ask you about talent deficient in the work pool. What exactly does that term mean?
Okay, the owners of our company have been around in business for 50 years. So they've been through different recessions and different things like that. So they've been able to kind of predict what is happening in the workforce. What they predict that in the next 10 years, 15% of companies are already letting us know that they're having a hard time finding the top talent. So there's not the next person in line to take their place once, upper management leaves.
Why?
It's just that a lot of those people.
Why can't they find the top talent like they used to?
They used to?
Yeah, the way they used to be. They used to be. Employers were able to find top talent in just about any field. You're telling me that that's not the case anymore?
That's not the case for a couple of reasons. One, it just depends on what kind of field they're going in.
Okay.
Two, employers don't spend as much time looking for the right candidate that is out there. So again.
I think we have a call. Let's take this call for you, Albert. Good morning. You're on the air with Connect with Me. How are you?
Hi, I'm fine.
Good. Your question for Albert, please. Are you unemployed?
Yes, I am unemployed.
Oh,
I'm
okay.
a medical biller.
Turn that up so we can hear. Go ahead and talk. What's your question, ma'am?
I wanted to find out if Act One currently had any employers for medical billers, for needing medical billers.
Employers for medical billers is the way I understand the questions. Any need for medical billers is the question. Thank you for your call. I appreciate it.
We currently we are recruiting for a couple of companies that are looking for medical billers. So yes, that person would want to call our office and get their resume to us.
Okay, thank you for that call. I appreciate it. Once again, the phone number is 265-4331. And what about schedules now? We've seen over the past decade or so people working from home. They have a flex schedule. They have kids. They have school. They have this. They have that. What's the situation now with the flex schedules? How are employers looking at that situation?
One of the things that the owners of our company have been able to find out, predicting different trends and things, is yes, flexible schedules were very popular in the past. However, now with so many different people wanting to, looking for work, employers are getting back to more the 8 to 5, no more to telecommuting, the traditional work.
Right. And are they still paying benefits in some of these jobs?
About 80% of employers are still paying benefits, 20% are not. Again, and there's the mixture of some employee contributing.
Okay, we have time for one more call. Let's see if we can get it on the air. Hello, good morning. You're on Connect with Me. What's your question?
Yes, I'm looking for a security job. I just got my certificate for being a security guard.
Okay, as I understand the question, did you hear that, Albert? Looking for a security guard job. Do you have any of those available for those people looking for that type of work out there?
Primarily, our agency doesn't focus on work like that. However, if he wanted to get in contact with our office, I can get him in contact with another agency that specializes in that.
Okay. Albert, you did a great job today. Would you come back?
I definitely would.
Okay. All right. Albert Gonzales from Act One, the temp agency. If you're out of work, you can go to their office at Bullard and Palm or call them at 435-8762. Appreciate your time. We're back with more of Connect with Me here on Comcast and 43.6 in a moment.
Ventura TV Appliance Center. We're the low-price leading brands reliable advice place. The Frigidaire Gallery Dream Kitchen Get Yours Today place. You with me? Right now, get huge savings on select Frigidaire Gallery appliances and pay no interest when paid in full within 6 months at the hometown low price think outside the big box place. Since 1951, Ventura TV Appliance Center. We're working hard to be your place.
I'm Lou Grant. Mary asked me to do a promo for Me TV.
You want to see me, Lou?
Not now, Ted. Watch me on...
Danish donut?
I said not now, Ted. Watch me on Me TV.
You don't like me?
I'll fire you. Watch Mary Tyler Moore. I'll fire you.
MeTV Fresno, now on Comcast Channel 187.
Meow.
Ventura TV Appliance Center. We're the low-price leading brands reliable advice place. The Whirlpool Dream Kitchen Get Yours Today place. Check this out. Right now, get huge savings on select Whirlpool appliances and pay no interest when paid in full within 6 months. At the hometown low price, think outside the big box place. Since 1951, Ventura TV Appliance Center. We're working hard to be your place.
Welcome back to Connect with Me. I'm John Malos on the showroom floor. We're here with salesperson Kong He. And Kong, you have a beautiful flat screen that you're trying to sell today. Is that right? Tell us about it.
That's right, John. Thank you. Today we're here to talk about this 55-inch LCD by Haier. It's a 1080p resolution with a refresh rate of 120 hertz.
I don't know what that means, so you're going to have to explain that in plain terms to me.
Well, basically what that means, John, is that it has 1,920 pixels going from left to right, and also it has about 1,080 pixels going from top to bottom progressively. What that means is that it's going to allow to deliver sharper, more crystal clear pictures for a more enjoyable viewing experience. Now, for TV this size, 1080p is the industry's largest resolution in the market today.
Right, so you're talking about a better quality picture, a brighter picture, and this is 55 inches again, you said?
That is correct.
Okay, and you can put this anywhere in your home, and it'll just shine bright like a light at night. You don't even have to have the lights on. You can have your TV on serving as a light. Yes,
definitely. This is the LCD is bright. Another thing I mentioned a while ago was the hertz. Okay. What that basically means is that it has. What that means is that the screen changes pictures about 120 times per second. Now, for a standard HD TV is 60 hertz, which is 60 times per second. This doubles that.
So can I see that picture as well from the front as I can the side?
Yes, you can. It has you can tilt it a little bit from a little bit of an angle. Okay. But the smoothest here, you're going to be able to watch a smoother, much more lifelike movements. Especially if you're an avid sports fan or sports watcher, will definitely be the TV for you to watch.
All right, Kong. What about the price on this one now?
The price for this one, regular price is $11.99. We have it for $8.99.97.
Okay, $8.99 for this one, and you're going to throw in a free mount, a wall mount. Is that correct?
That is right. For now, till tomorrow noon, only for Connect with Me and MeTV viewers, we're going to throw in this free wall mount, absolutely free, at a value of $60.
All right, $8.99. How does that compare to the other box stores?
Well, in terms of competition, I mean, we're second to none. There's nobody in the market right now has this particular model. This is an exclusive Ventura TV item that we have in stock.
All right. I want to know how Ventura TV continues to just outdo the competition day in and day out. Explain that.
I will, definitely. Ventura TV belongs to a nationwide buying group consisting of 10,000 storefronts from coast to coast. And we buy annually $12 billion annually. That's more than Home Depot and Best Buy put together. Now, with our savings that we get with our purchase, we're then able to pass on savings on to our customers.
All right, Kong He, salesperson here at Ventura TV. Thank you very much. That's a beauty. 55 inches, good till noon tomorrow for you, the Connect with Me viewer. How do you get here? On Ventura Avenue, 10 minutes from River Park, 10 minutes from Clovis. We're back with more in just a moment.
Ventura TV Appliance Center. We're the low-price leading brands reliable advice place. The Whirlpool Dream Kitchen Get Yours Today place. Check this out. Right now, get huge savings on select Whirlpool appliances and pay no interest when paid in full within 6 months. At the hometown low price, think outside the big box place. Since 1951, Ventura TV Appliance Center. We're working hard to be your place.
Welcome back to Connect with Me here from Ventura TV. You saw the map up on the air. We're on Ventura Avenue. If you want to come down and watch our show, we're live here every morning at 10:30, of course. We're just about 10 minutes from River Park and about 10 minutes from Clovis and just off the 41 near First, so it's very easy to get to. We're here each and every morning for you. We want you to connect with us. We were going to let Albert Gonzales go, but we had a few more phone calls that were coming in. 265 265-4331. We're live right now, 265-4331. Albert is here to try to take more calls and answer more of your questions. And Albert, you've been kind enough to stick around and talk to us more. You're from Act One, that's the temp agency. And right now, are you seeing a flood of people come into your office?
We definitely are. One of the things I wanted to mention is a lot of the times people think of us as a temp service. That's one line of business that we do. We also do, a lot of employers right now are doing temp to hire, where they want to try you out, make sure that you fit within their organization. A lot of companies also come to us to do direct hiring. That's where I directly go to you, John, recruit you for maybe another TV station. So there is different lines of business that we do.
So you're talking about when you the temp hire, the employers actually hire these employees on a temporary basis to see if they're going to work out long term. Is that correct?
That would be a temp to hire. That's
okay,
where they
temp
have
to
every
hire. That's the term.
Temp
Okay.
to hire is where they have every intention of bringing the person on. They're using us as the probationary period, 90 days roughly.
But they may or may not work out.
They may or may not work out. What we find is in the first 90 days, you're able to find out what if the employee is going to fit with that organization.
Okay, we're quickly running out of time here, so if you want to get your phone call in to Albert Gonzales from Act One, it's 559-265-4331. The phones were ringing up as I was doing the live commercial, but then we came back here and the phones have actually stopped. So we figured maybe you had a question or two for Albert to get in before we get off the air. We've only got a couple of minutes left. 265-4331. And so, Albert, the job market situation, I know the unemployment rate went down 8.3%, 17.9% here in the Central Valley, but really, as an agency or as that person sitting at home, these numbers mean nothing to those people. And for that matter, they don't really mean much to you either, do they?
The numbers, the
numbers are the numbers, right?
The numbers are the numbers. What we're seeing, I think that you can ask not only our agency but other agencies. Companies are hiring. 37% of companies plan on increasing over the next year. So
what companies are hiring now in the Central Valley?
Anything from a big producing food manufacturing all the way to small accounting firms or big accounting firms. So it's a wide variety of companies that are looking for people.
Okay, give me a couple of more companies that might be looking besides accounting firms and food manufacturing and whatnot.
We actively recruit for media sales reps. We nursing facilities, hospitals. So there's jobs in every industry.
Do you find that a lot of people looking for work end up working at a job where it's commission only?
As far as sales?
Yeah.
There's a lot of people that like to do commission only because they're confident in their sales. So again, if you're very good at sales, you're going to want to do commission only because you have a chance to make more than you would on salary.
And employers would rather do commission only type jobs, or it depends.
It just depends. I mean, if it's a sales rep job, then
right. And the employer gets a cut of that, right?
The employer
traditionally, that's how that works.
As far as
like
what
if
they
you
bring
make
in,
a sale, they get a portion of it. They get it like 10%, 20%,
yes.
And the employee gets the rest, or whatever
Yes.
the case may be. Each case is different.
Each case is different. But
if you were to give one piece of advice to those looking for work out there right now, what would it be?
Continue your search. Companies are hiring.
But there are people who've given up in their search.
I think that you just got to stay positive. The right situation's going to come for you. You need to just keep going out there, giving out your resumes, maybe contacting a couple of different agencies, because that's going to widen your range.
Yeah, not just yours, but there are other temp agencies around the Central Valley.
Yes.
We don't want to make it sound like
Yes.
you're the only one.
No,
but
and
there
the
are
thing is,
several.
The thing is, if we have 40 to 50 jobs, another agency might have 40 or 50 jobs. So the more that people contact any agency, they increase their chances of finding work.
And we'll try to find some of them. We'll have those other agencies maybe on here on this program on Connect with Me to find out what their situation is in placing people. Albert Gonzales, thank you again.
Thank you.
I appreciate your time very much. We'll have you back. That's going to do it for us. Connect with Me. We're back tomorrow. The Fresno Grizzlies home opener. We've got some Grizzlies news right here tomorrow. Some live guests. You'll want to stay tuned for that. We'll see you tomorrow.
More of me? Me? Go to metvfresno.com for schedules, information on your favorite shows, videos, pictures, and more. Go to metvfresno.com today. Exclusively brought to you by Ventura TV.